Yeah, it's interesting because we want to do the best for our kids. We want to do everything for our children, and we want to give our children everything that we did not have when we were young, as well.
Yes.
And the balance is complicated because at the end of the day, children don't do what we say; they do what we do.
They do what we do.
They don't do what we say; they do what we do. Words are not as powerful as actions. Words are not as powerful as actions. Actions are more powerful than words because what we say that we do and what we do are two different things. And and we're when when we explain what is right, it's not as powerful as doing what is right. Yeah,
Yes.
and so when um, when we do everything for our children, but we don't do everything for ourselves, the children actually don't learn anything.
That's right.
because because we think, or a lot of the time we think that because we do everything for them, they learn that we are doing everything for them. But we miss or we forget about the fact that they see how we live our lives and they copy because that is basic human nature. Um, copy and paste is not just with computers, it's also with our
Yes, it's right.
lives. Yeah,
It's right. Yes.
we look for models in life and we copy those models, we copy those
Mm.
plans, we copy those people, those habits, those actions. um, we follow the people who influence us, and there is a there is a very old saying in English: monkey see, monkey do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is what we see, we do. What we see, we copy. If our friends do something, we copy it. Yeah. If people in society do something, we copy it. And this can be very good because there are a lot of good models. You know, there are a lot of people who have good habits, and if we copy the good habits, that's great. Um, but also that I know from my experience with my kids, what I say is not as important as what I do, because at the end of the day, my children will not copy what I say, they will copy what I do. And if I don't have that period of time for myself, to do my exercise, my children won't do their exercise because they won't take time for themselves. Because if I do everything for my kids will learn to do everything for somebody else and not for themselves. And
Mm.
it's very good that your son asked you, what did you do
Mm.
today, or did you do? It's very good because it's that little reminder. Yeah,
Yes,
you
of
know,
course.
it's that little
But
reminder
it's
because
also nice for me that he is interested in, that he is not selfish
oh
just to
yeah,
think
yeah,
about him.
yeah,
Mm.
absolutely, absolutely. It's all yeah, it's all positive. Our children become our consciousness. Yeah, the
The
little the
consciousness.
consciousness is the little voice in the
Mm-hmm.
back of your head.
Uh-huh.
The little voice in the back of your head. That's your children.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
The children are that little voice in the back of your head to tell you
Yes.
what to do and when to do it
Mm.
and what is the right thing.
Mm.
So so it's yeah, it's never ending. It's never ending, and I know a lot of parents who do everything for their children, everything for their children, and I think it's very nice that they put the time and the effort and the energy into doing all those things. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Also, we still need to remember that we need that little bit of time for ourselves, because that teaches our children that they need a little bit of time for themselves as well. So I have my little bit of time usually every day where I say to my kids, that's it. Just that's it. This is my space now. This hour is my time. This hour is my time, and this is my space. And in this hour, you can't speak to me. You can't talk to me. You can't bother me. This is my time, right? And
Okay.
I know you.
How much minutes? How many minutes?
I think 1 hour a day.
Half an hour.
I think I think 1 hour a day is a good period of time. But obviously it's not the same every day, and obviously everybody's lives and habits are different. But I think that we all need it. Yeah, even
Yes, of course. Yesterday my time was from 9 to 10 evenings.
yeah, and that's a positive example for the children, because they see that you find time for you, so they learn that they need to find time for them. And there are lots of things that seem to be good things, like doing everything for our children seems to be a good thing. But maybe we need to focus and think a little bit about that, because another element is learning, because if children don't see their parents learning, children don't see learning as important. Because why should I learn? My parents don't do it. Right? So parents expect their children to study and learn, but if the parents are not studying and learning, then it doesn't make sense in the heads of the children. Because why should I study and learn when you don't do it? Yeah. So it's really important that children see their parents doing these activities, and not just studying and learning, but being active, being thoughtful, doing sports activities or reading books, or anything that is, creative and constructive. If children don't see their parents being creative or constructive, building, making, cooking, painting, whatever, then they don't see it as important for themselves. And so we all know that the best leaders, and parents are leaders, the best leaders lead by example a lot of the time. Good teachers try to show people rather than explain to people, basically, the right way to do things. The same in business. If you can show somebody something, it's much more powerful than if you just talk to them about it. Yeah. If you could say, hey, look at these speakers and this speaker system, and look at this new way of doing stuff, and listen to the sound. This is all so powerful, and when you're in the same physical space, it's a lot more powerful. So I try to have 1 hour a day where I tell my children, this is my time. You can't have everything. You can't have anything during this period.
Yes. Mostly I have 2 hours because of my exercise, because I have to go to change the place.
Mm-hmm.
and to make exercise, and I have a chat with my friends, and I
Mm-hmm.
go home, and
Mm-hmm.
it takes 2 hours. So, and I think that my older son is happy about that. That
Mm-hmm.
we because also my husband um, uh, is exercising.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. So both our children they see that we are active.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's interesting because um, the what you do is also not as important as why you do it and how you do it. Yeah, so watching tennis is not the same as watching tennis to relax or watching tennis to understand something or watching tennis to learn something. And my philosophy is that it's okay to do something if you're doing that thing for a very specific reason. Yeah. So if watching tennis helps you to relax, then okay, because some people relax by having a bath, some people relax by exercising, some people relax by
mm,
listening to music. That's okay. Personally, if I do something like that, it's because I want to study people. I want to study character. I
mhm,
I don't just watch the game to watch the game. I watch the game
mm,
to try to learn something that I don't know. Um, so I think if we do that, it's okay. Um, I think that we all need something. We all need some release or some way of just escaping a little bit from the pressures of life. So um, and then there are many different ways to do it. And um, I would, personally, that doesn't work for me, but I know that it works for other people, so that's okay, right?
yes,
So yes, some people will go for a walk or whatever.